In this special topic, we're going to look at iron deficient athletes and what can be done using nutrition to improve access to iron in these athletes. Obviously, if you're suffering from anemia, your doctor will prescribe you an iron supplement that you will need to take until you correct that anemia. But once you've corrected anemia, it may be a good idea for many athletes to emphasize iron in their diets. And let's talk about how to do that effectively. So, who do we know that suffers from low iron? Many female athletes, particularly regularly menstruating female athletes, will have high blood losses that can result in anemia. Athletes who follow plant-based diets may have difficulty getting enough iron into their diet, so plant-based athletes should follow a lot of these instructions here as well. Because it is more difficult to digest iron from plant-based foods compared to animal-based foods. Athletes that have low energy intake will result in low iron intake, which can result in anemia. And adolescent athletes, young athletes, have increased iron requirements. So let's take a look. Iron, we know, is required for oxygen delivery in red blood cells and for energy production in mitochondria, for cognitive function, and for immune system function. Anemia will result in tiredness, lack of energy, shortness of breath, poor recovery, and impaired performance. It can be tested by looking for iron deficiency. But there are other indicators as well that your iron is not exactly up to what you need it to be. Low serum ferritin is where an athlete might start to see iron deficiency or iron inadequacy starting to show up prior to anemia, but some of these symptoms can still creep in. So iron supplements are very poorly absorbed. Iron from leafy greens can be poorly absorbed as well. Now, iron from meats is perhaps the easiest to absorb, about 40%. Better absorption than plant-based iron. Iron supplements, again, are very difficult to absorb the iron from those. There are situations where an athlete might receive an iron injection from a physician, but there are other ways to improve iron uptake, and that would be to eat iron-containing foods with vitamin C. At the same time as ingesting iron-containing foods, you may want to limit co-ingestion, eating at the same time, things like milk, which can decrease the absorption of iron, or coffee and some other polyphenol-containing drinks like tea. This can reduce the absorption of iron from your iron-containing foods, or indeed from your supplement. Now, if you look, you can see iron is highest in something like liver, but you can also find it at high levels in figs and in apricots, and hazelnuts and almonds. These are excellent sources. Beef is also high, obviously. And how are you going to prevent and treat iron deficiency? Obviously, the first thing your doctor will do is suggest to take an iron supplement, but at the same time, I'd like you to consider increasing your dietary iron. One way to do that is by increasing animal sources of protein like meats, fish, poultry, and liver. But also increase your intakes of leafy green vegetables, beans, nuts, dried fruits like those apricots, and certain whole grains. Last resort will be consult a sports physician who can provide iron as an injection should that be required by your doctor. So, iron ingestion can be improved through timing. Exercise results in some inflammation, some production of IL-6, which induces this protein hepcidin. Altitude can inhibit hepcidin, and you see that hepcidin levels are high in the afternoon. So hepcidin appears to impair iron absorption when you're getting it either from food or from supplements. So with that in mind, it is ideal to consume iron in the morning preferably before exercise, before this inflammatory response induces hepcidin and inhibits iron absorption. So, iron-containing foods or iron supplement in the morning prior to exercise.